We spent an average of 10 minutes every single day looking into the mirror, seeing if my clothes are perfect, if my hair are perfect, if my smile is convincing enough to make people believe that I am okay. But today I would like to introduce a mirror that does not lie, a mirror that does not have glass, a mirror that does not have a frame, a mirror that does not have a reflection. In childhood, I used to believe that mirror doesn't lie. If I looked happy, I was happy. If I looked confident, I was confident. But then I realized something unsettling. That mirrors can show me that I am successful, but it cannot show me if I feel fulfilled. Somewhere between childhood and adulthood, we replace one mirror with millions. Not the mirrors hanging on the walls, but the mirrors that are in hands of the people. Their approval becomes our identity. Their applause becomes our confidence, and their opinions become our reflection. We stop asking who we are and we start believing who people want us to be. When I was 7 years old, I attended a school function. I was dressed as a mango tree and I felt pretty wonderful. I love mangoes, by the way. My parents were in the audience and I was feeling great. And then suddenly a boy comes up to me and he says, "You look funny." Three words. Those three words shattered my whole confidence. And somewhere between that, I realized that 5 minutes earlier, I was feeling so great. I was feeling confident. I was feeling wonderful. And then suddenly, 5 minutes later, I wanted to disappear because I started seeing myself from the eyes of others. This is called the looking glass self. You start building your identity by believing what people think of you and not by who you are. Think about it. A single comment, a single criticism, a single laugh, and suddenly somebody else is writing your story. As children, we start asking questions because we are very, very curious. And as teenagers, we stop asking those questions. Not because the curiosity dies, but the fear of judgment arises. Will they laugh at me? Will I be criticized? Am I not enough? And before realizing it, we start living in rented free reflections. Till now, how many decisions that you have taken were actually yours? The subjects that you have chosen, the career that you're pursuing, the clothes that you chose to wear today, how much of it was yours and how much of it was just a performance to impress the audience that might not actually be watching? So here is the paradox. We have never had more ways to express ourselves, yet we have never been more scared to reveal ourselves. We have mastered the art of being seen, but we have forgotten the art of being known even to ourselves. So the question arises, if every single mirror in the society reflects someone else's expectations, so which is the mirror that reflects you? I think it begins the moment we dare to sit alone, without phone, without an audience, without any applause. Because silence has a remarkable way of introducing you to yourself, the person you have been avoiding all along. Imagine handing a marker to a stranger and telling them to write your biography. How strange would that be? Obviously, nobody would do that. Yet somehow, every single time, we give a part of ourselves to others, our self worth. One compliment and we're on top of the world. One criticism and we start questioning every single thing. Have you ever noticed how strange that is? How can a single sentence spoken by a stranger can make us question everything that we have worked hard for the past 10 or 20 years? We don't just collect opinions. We start collecting mirrors. One from our parents, one from our teachers, one from our friends, one from the society. And in that process, we lose the one mirror that actually reflects us or who we are. We have spent years looking into the borrowed mirrors, but where to find one that doesn't lie to us? The answer is not in any book or a motivational quote or even a TEDx stage, because the answer is silence. Not an empty room where there is nothing, but an atmosphere where there is nowhere to hide. Just you and the person you are becoming. I always thought being successful meant being more admirable, more respectful, more impressive. But the real success meant being less dependent on others, less dependent on their opinions, less dependent on applause, less dependent on approval, and less distracted by borrowed mirrors. And perhaps that is what true freedom truly feels like. So, tomorrow morning, adjust your clothes, straighten your hair, maybe even practice a smile, because those things do matter. But I hope you will pause, reflect, not on how you look, but on the person that you are becoming. Because in the end, people might remember your appearance, your face, but it is you who will remember your reflection for lifetime. Thank you.